G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between West Coast and Geelong. We usually say it the other way around, but I looked at the order of operations and West Coast were the first thing I saw. Anyway, it was Geelong ending up with a 43-point win over at Optus Stadium with what was a pretty tough game throughout. It was always going to be a struggle at times. And the Eagles definitely made us work for the 4 points, and some scares here and there, but I had a good feeling that we'd be professional enough to find a way to get the 4 points, and that's what Geelong ended up doing. So I guess a bit of a look at the game. Absolutely dominated the Eagles in the first quarter, and we just couldn't get on the scoreboard. It was really frustrating. I think we had 1-goal-3 at some stage, and kicked a goal basically right on the bell, which, definitely was needed considering the dominance that the Cats had and, the momentum that they sort of had surging through their veins. Eagles hit back with a couple. It felt like all night the Eagles got, relatively easy soft goals at the back, off the back of good ball movement, by the way. I won't get too snarky there on the Eagles. They had a real red hot crack, and credit to them. They did a pretty good job nullifying our influence at times, and making us look a little bit slow on counterpunch. But pressure was insane. It was unreal, unbelievable. The heat we put on the Eagles, they were under constant pressure. At one stage, it was halfway through the first quarter, and they hadn't taken a mark, so we were doing something right there with our pressure game. We were kicking into the corridor. We were doing all sorts of risky stuff. We just couldn't get bang for buck. So that was that final kick, or I guess of just being able to convert. And I mean, we did get some ascendancy on the scoreboard there, 4-5. But imagine if it was like 6-3 or 7-2, even with some of the looks we had. Could have been a monstrous quarter time lead, but it wasn't to be. And the Eagles had really red hot crack in the second term, and started to get the game on their terms a little bit more. They were winning clearance. Ground ball, they were really strong in, especially across the second and the third term. They were looking very, very good there, and sort of at the start of the last before they, unfortunately for the Eagles side of things, they faded away late in the game, where the Cats were able to be professional enough to get the win. But the Eagles hit back hard, especially in that second term, as mentioned there. They kicked 5 goals. And some really good, running ball movement. I don't usually talk about the opposition as much, but our pressure dropped off. So I was saying, I was watching it with Shorty Supercoach, one of the all-time greats, Jeff as well, and Jess. So it was good fun to see how that was all going. What I did say to them, I said, well, there's one thing that can fix this up, and that is pressure. Thankfully, it lifted a little bit later on in the piece. So, it was a bit of a struggle in the second term. Whilst we were still able to hit the scoreboard, both teams looked like they were able to score relatively freely when it did sort of move forward. And, Eagles credit, they defended pretty well in terms of minimising how much damage could have happened. And again, we missed a few shots. Got 4 goals too, so it was slightly better conversion. But alternatively, we also let the Eagles kick 5 goals, so they got most of their score from that second term, where we were just a little bit off. We were doing some silly turnovers and trying to do millionaire kicks and probably be a bit too cute, which was present across as mentioned, second and third term, where I think we started off well in that third term, got the first couple, and then the Eagles hit back, and then it was just a real grind for probably about half of that quarter. You can see there's not much scoreboard movement there, so. Credits to both teams. Both teams' defences held up really well. They were quite strong for portions of the game. You can sort of see here on the scoreworm there, not much happening. And then also, for portions here across the second and third term, it was, real arm wrestle. So, they had a fair old crack there, the Eagles, and looked very dangerous on transition when they did. Basically, once they won the ball back from us, either we missed that last kick or that last handball inside 50 to get a Cats player on the end of it. They pounced, and then yeah, we were out of position and defence looked a bit unorganised at times when the Eagles were transitioning back towards goal, and they had really open forward line, sort of good looks there into their forward 50, one-on-ones, and sometimes players just out on their own. So the system broke down at times, but it wasn't the end of the world either, because when we won it back, we looked, super damaging. Just really couldn't finish off that final kick on either on goal or set up a player on goal. But I mean, having said all that, we ended up with nearly 31 shots on goal, if there wasn't any out in the full. But 31 scoring shots effectively there. Remember, the Giants one was 14 goals, 18 or 17. So yeah, we're regularly getting over 30 shots a game, which is a really good sign that we're having enough looks up forward to be able to put on a winning score, and to score 31 times again and 116 points was really good. And it was quite professional how we went about it late in the last quarter. I felt if we were in front at three-quarter time, even if it was just a slight margin, I'd have a pretty strong feeling that based on past results this year, our last quarters have been very strong. And it was, exemplified yet again over in the West. So, I was pleased that Scotty gave him a bit of a bake at three-quarter time. He wasn't happy with what he was seeing. It's really good to see Scotty get animated and up and about. It's not always rosy. So it was good to see that, and we were able to, get some good looks up forward. Eagles tied out a little bit. Pressure ramped up from our side, and, we just won some key contests for the ball. Defence was relatively stingy. Eagles had 2 goals, 3, and, from Geelong's point of view, 7 goals, 5. So, a very strong last quarter. Blew the game open. Whew, yes, it was absolutely on. All right, let's have a look at the numbers. Lead disposals there, plus 16 inside 50s, had lots of supply, minimised the Eagles to 43 entries, and a relatively modest score as well. It looked like it was potentially going to go a bit more north of that score. But even, with the Eagles doing quite well, especially because that second and third term where they would have got majority of their score, did quite well to nullify them to 73 points on their home deck. And they're having a crack over the last 3 weeks, more so it is coming together for them a little bit more over the last 3 weeks. They've been having a crack all year. Every team has a crack, but they're improving week on week. Efficiency inside 50, disposal efficiency was pretty even there. I think at times we had 67%. That went up. Thankfully, some uncontested mark to the game there to help boost those numbers up a little bit, and control the ball always helps out. Efficiency inside 50, I've regularly seen this on our radar to be close to that 55% mark, and to see it be between 55 to 60 is just crazy. Like the looks we get inside 50 are leading to some really good results on the scoreboard. Kept the Eagles so just under 1 in every 2, and we were almost 2 out of every 3 scores when we did get it inside our forward 50. Free kicks, plus 3 for the Cats. Pretty close there. Hitouts also neck and neck. Clearance game, the Eagles won that by plus 2, very close, but around the centre clearance, plus 6 for Geelong, which was good to see. I think that's been a challenge at times. Around the ground, though, Eagles plus 8, so that's normally been the strength of us. We've normally won this, but lost the centre clearances. So, don't know if that's a deliberate thing or if that was just coincidence, magic doing its thing. Who knows? I'll have to keep a closer eye on the trend here to see if we're... And it would make sense to prioritise a centre clearance. It's the quickest path to goal. Stoppage clearance, you could get it anywhere. Could be in the back pocket, and then you've got to go the whole length of the ground. And at times we've been a bit thin in the centre clearance game. So, it'll be interesting to see what kind of results we get there, whether this is a sort of long-term pattern of what we're trying to get more centre clearances. We'll wait and see how that pans out in coming games. From a contested ball perspective, plus 9, they're pretty close. Eagles just won the outside battle, but basically, again, almost even money there. Turnovers plus 9 for the Eagles, about to say plus 11. Got to do my maths correctly there. force more turnovers with the pressure that the Cats applied. 111 marks. We kept the Eagles to under 80, which is a positive. So we controlled the ball really well in the air, and also with our transition game at times where we did a slow play, helped us get those numbers in a really healthy fashion. Marks inside 50 has been a real feature for us. I feel like we got 16 the week before. We've been getting some really high numbers whilst not getting overwhelmed on the other side of the coin. They took 9 marks inside 50, and some of them felt really easy and almost mitigatable or preventable. That's all right. You're not going to... Sometimes you have to give it a little bit defensively to have a real strong offense. I don't think you can have it both ways all the time. And oppositions are so good that you're just not going to have it on your terms for 4 quarters. 7 contested marks, 2 quite a low contested mark game actually. So it was interesting. Led for the whole match, deserved the win. Really impressed with this number, plus 20 tackles. They ambushed the Eagles early on, and that was a sight to be seen. Plus 17 tackles inside 50. I think they had 10 in the first quarter. It was an absolute onslaught early days with the pressure in the front half, which was fantastic. Really, very happy with that, especially away from home, especially against a side that you're expected to beat. You want to put your best foot forward, and we definitely did. Plus 4 bounces. It was a high bouncing game. I don't think... you can see the averages there. Eagles 10, Cats 7. I reckon Holmes would get 6 of those 7. Probably Bailey Smith the other one. Lots of 1%ers from the Eagles. They did damn well. I thought they defended back shoulder really well. The Eagles, I haven't really given the opposition this much of a rap ever. But I think, it's good to call out for a team that's been down the bottom for a fair while. They've really rallied the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they were pretty close to the Crows at half time over at the Crows' home deck. So they're getting better, and they'll be better for the run, I'm sure. It's good to see the Cats get the chocolates in the end for this one. Now, when you win, and when you win reasonably well, you look at there's obviously going to be fair number of good players. I'm almost going to change to a 5-vote system probably next year. It's just so hard, because you end up giving it feels like you're giving the same blokes votes every week, but they're playing that well. They are playing that well. Bailey Smith, 3 votes, and I mean, why wouldn't you when he's basically equal Brownlow favourite? 1 goal, 38 disposals, 7 marks, 4 tackles, 5 clearances, almost 900 metres gained. 25 disposals at half time, and they finally put the tag on him, I think halfway through the second, when it was getting a bit too much. And yes, he did sort of go out of the game a little bit, but gee, he set it all up when the game was really hot, and was just involved throughout the 4 quarters. Just unbelievable performance, and very stoked with what he's been doing over the course of season 2025. What an addition he's been to the side. I'm going to go Tyson Stengel, 2 votes. He's had an interesting year and a bit lean year at times, but 2 goals next to his name, had the 18 disposals, and took 8 marks for us, 4 clearances, and I think I've got the wrong marks there. I've gone down to Sean Manor. He still had the 18 disposals, both of them at 18. 5 marks, my apologies. 4 tackles, good forward, 50 pressure, and 3 goal assists, which I'm really stoked about. I felt just on the context of the game, we felt like there wasn't too much class going inside 50. There was a lot of bombing the ball inside 50. I felt his composure and ability to just find a target and goal assist, you've kind of got you've got some control over it. I mean, the player has to kick the goal for starters, so get him in a good position. Hope you've got a guy that can kick it. But yeah, 3 goal assists, very impressed with that. Finding goal assists can be really difficult, so just felt his ball use and class and toughness and finishing on all fronts was great. So directly involved with 5 goals. Very impressed with his performance. Max Holmes is going to hate me, but I'm going to go Jeremy Cameron, the 1 vote. Ended up with 5 goals. He's just been unbelievable the last 3 weeks. There's been a lot happening the last 3 weeks. 5 goals, 14 disposals, 7 marks. Also set up a goal as well. He kicked the first goal of the game, and then he was relatively quiet throughout the match. But I just thought, in the last quarter when we needed something, he kicked 4 in an instant, and also he took that huge contested mark at centre half forward, I think it was, when he he could have just, ducked out of the contest or whatever, but at a big moment when we really needed him to shine, he did. And he finished his work off so well. I just saw, and by far the biggest scoreboard contributor for us on the night, albeit he did a lot of his work late, but the game was up for grabs late as well, and then we were able to kick away. So I thought, Jez did a great job there. So I apologise, Max and Grind, who were both very, very good. We'll get to them in just a moment. But Cameron gets the 1 vote for mine. In unbelievable form. 7 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals the last 3 weeks. 18 goals in 3 weeks, if my maths is correct. Over to Grind Myers. Excellent game from Grind. Apologies for not getting the votes there, but he got the 2 goals, 26 disposals, 13 marks, 3 tackles, also had a clearance, 500 metres gained. He was flying up and down the field, looking really good. Finished up with a couple of majors. Excellent game from Grind. Max Holmes was superb. He had the 27 disposals, 7 marks, 3 tackles, 7 clearances, almost 900 metres gained. Unbelievable how he doesn't get a vote in this game, but I just had to, for more context, had to go Stengel and Cameron. But Holmes had some scintillating moments, some runs down the wing that just put the fear into opposition sides. Mitchie D played a good game. He had the 19 disposals, 7 marks as well. Had the 5 tackles, which was really pleasing to see. He's not Mr. Tackle Machine, but it's good to see that on display throughout yesterday evening. Couple of clearances as well, set up a goal. So, he had some really tough contests that he had a real red-hot crack at, some really good tackles at crucial times. Loved the way Mitch went about. Atkins' game was superb. He had the 15 disposals. He had the 10 tentacles, 6 marks, 4 clearances. I eventually got there. Just an absolute bull inside. We know, his effort is always 12 out of 10 every single week. I thought, he was outstanding. Sean Manor played well. He kicked a goal, had the 18 disposals, took the 8 marks, 4 clearances for Sean. Also set up a goal. Knows how to get pinged for holding the ball as well. So hopefully he can have a bit more nous and game awareness there. It can be frustrating when he does get pinged. He might have got pinged a couple of times, but he's all class outside of that and played quite well. Speaking of playing quite well, gee whiz, Connor O'Sullivan, after a little spell, might be his career high, 20 disposals, 5 marks, 3 tackles, 2 goal assists. Unbelievable for a bloke that's playing full back. And definitely moved up the ground there a bit as well. So, he's definitely probably in Geelong's top 5 as well, or definitely a chance to be. I thought he was terrific intercepting at his absolute best there. Tommy Stewart was all right, had the 18 possessions, 7 marks, just under 500 metres gained there. Played all right. He had some moments where he'd like back again, used the ball relatively okay. Hopefully, we need Tom Stewart at his absolute best if we're good enough to make the finals. Currently sitting at 8-4. He's not going to be playing in the twos, that's for sure. But he's an all-time great. But hopefully we can see the best of Tom Stewart soon. All right, over to Mark O'Connor. The Shark had 15 touches, 6 marks, 4 tackles for Shark. Pretty solid contributor each and every week. He's been playing some really good footy of late and really enjoyed what he's been doing for the Cats. Over to Scratcher, kicked a goal, had the 8 disposals, 5 marks, 5 tackles, got a few hit-outs in the ruck. Relatively quiet after his 5-goal performance the week before. He was, relatively well held by all reports there. Clunked a few, but and finished off with the snag. Hopefully he can light up at the Cattery next week. Lewis is a bit quiet. He had the 12 disposals, 4 marks, 3 tackles. Also had a goal assist. Maybe might be due for rest soon. We'll see how he goes. But, he doesn't have to get 25 every week. Reese kicked a goal, had the 9 touches for the game. Took a mark as well inside forward 50. Led to a pretty crucial goal in the end. 3 tackles, 26 hit-outs and 4 clearances. Thought he was pretty solid throughout the night. I don't think... I'm trying to think of... Manny Flynn, that's all right. His opponent... Flynn played okay, but Reese stood up pretty well. Thought he was tough inside the contest. Over to Z, he had the 13 disposals, 6 marks, also ended up with the tackle. Had some good runs out of half back. Does that each and every week. And I don't think anyone destroyed us on the ground inside the forward 54 of the Eagles. Oscar Allen definitely had a day out, though, kicking 4. O'Shane Mullen had the 9 possessions, 2 marks, 6 tackles, couple of clearances. Played well. He kept Harley Reid, I think, to 19, so decent tag on him. And yeah, I think he just needs a bit more composure with the ball. Just take his time with the ball. He tries to get rid of it pretty quickly. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that. And it's okay to take your time, mate. So it's all good, all good. You can absorb the tackle. You can give the handball off when the pressure does come. But yeah, no rush, mate. It's all good. Over to Ollie Dempsey, 14 disposals, kicked a goal as well. He had a couple of marks for his work there, a couple of clearances. It was relatively well held, actually. They were all over him. He ended up with a goal. Could have had another one, which faded away to the left. But yeah, he's having a really fine season. Not his best performance of all time, but he's had some good games this year. Ollie Henry back to some better form. Kicked 2. He missed one, I think, completely as well. So he could have had 3, 6 disposals, 4 tackles, some good front half pressure from Ollie, and he also set up a goal. So yeah, slow baby steps to get Ollie back to some of his better form. Brad Close was all right. He was a little bit quiet, but he did get obviously better the ball there, 13. Sometimes he can get 8 or 9. He ended up with the goals, a nice left foot snap too, took a mark as well. Again, yeah, just chipping away, not playing career best footy right this second, but give it time. De Koning was handy. He had the 12 disposals, 3 marks. I'm not sure if he was on Oscar Allen. I think it might have been a bit of Sully, a bit of De Koning. We'll see. But yeah, he was all right. He had some handy plays. I'd have to see exactly how he went on Oscar Allen. Some of the ball movement was really good as well. Richmondy, from Mini. Blitzarves had the 8 possessions for the game, 2 marks, 2 tackles, got a bit of ruck work as well, a couple of clearances, set up a goal as well. He's not the big numbers man, but gee, he just knows where to go. He's an experienced head and yeah, just finds a way to get the job done every single week. Jack Henry was relatively quiet. I think he was playing on Oscar Allen at times as well, at the 9 disposals, 4 marks as well. He knows how to take a nice intercept mark, especially in that wing halfback region when teams generally blast the ball. Again, yeah, pretty solid overall. Ted Closey didn't get much game time, 6% game time, but in that 6% game time, he got 4 touches of the footy, a mark and a tackle, 2 clearances as well. I don't know if you can do much more with 6% game time, so good on Ted for doing that. I wish they had given him more opportunity and more trust in him early in that final term or even halfway through the third. You need that kind of... You almost need half a quarter at the very, very least to really get bang for buck on the energy and the enthusiasm, the endeavour. And gosh, it was on display. It was terrific. All right, well, yeah, I'll better have a look at next week, hey? We are going down the highway to Geelong, and we've got Gold Coast, GMHBA Stadium, 4:15 p.m, Australian Eastern Standard Time. It wasn't good last time we played the Suns, and it wasn't good the time before that. So I think, the last time we defeated the Suns was 2022, so it feels like it's been a long time. But yeah, they absolutely demolished us. It was, I think, at TIO Stadium or Darwin. They beat us in Darwin. It was quite a high-scoring affair, 264 points respectively kicked there. We somehow ended up with 100 points. Going to be a tough game. I don't think the Suns are going to give us too much breathing room. I think it's going to be... I'm a bit concerned about their midfield dominance, their front half game, especially with their front half pressure. Their transition's pretty scary as well. So they've got a lot of weapons that can definitely challenge us, and I feel like it's going to go down the wire. I feel like it's going to be between 2 to 4 goals. A big win would be nice, though. It's going to be nice and cold in Geelong, I'm sure about that. And yeah, 4:15, I'm not stoked with that time. It's a very awkward time. Apparently fans love it, especially if it's in Melbourne. But I think the Cats will get the job done. I think the only time you can tip against Geelong is if they're playing GWS for their annual win against Geelong at the category every year to get their season back on track to help them finish in the top 4. Very niche, I know. But that's often how the cookie crumbles. All right. So that is a wrap of the review against the Eagles. A pretty nice and consolidating 43-point win for the Cats. Gets them into 5th spot underneath the Crows, who are sitting 4th on the most percentage in the competition. I think sitting at 139. Pies around 136. So, yeah, the Crows are playing some breathtaking football. Had some really good, big wins under their belt. And yeah, the Cats go play the Suns next week, and we'll see what happens. That's all from me, folks. I hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to give the video a like. Interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below on some of the key takes from the game that you observed or analysed. So yeah, keen to hear your thoughts as well. Give the video a like and subscribe away so you can keep up to date with how the Cats are going week in, week out. And if you want to see how well or how poorly I'm going in the tipping competition, you can suss out that as well. Thanks heaps for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next video.